Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of CreateWithBrenda.com. Today I'm going to bring you another paper pumpkin alternative using actually both greetings from the October and November kit. So a little mix of the stamps. I love the card. We'll get to that in just a moment. I want to take care of some business. Again, I'm Brenda Hillard, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I can be found at CreateWithBrenda.com. Every month I have a host code. This month for December, my host code is here. $25 product purchase and you will receive your choice of the Country Floral or the Hammered Metal embossing folder. So they're both lovely folders. Just wanted to give an option there in case you already have one or the other. So let me show you the card we're going to do today. Here's the card, and basically is what we're doing is stamping our own designer series paper using the stamps that were included in the past 2 months paper pumpkin, and then just adding a little dash of ribbon. Also, this month I had done a coordinating cardstock pack where my customers received, let's see, how many did they receive? 48 sheets. So it was 4 different colors. We used Shaded Spruce, Pool Party, Early Espresso, Poppy Parade. I think that was it. So 4. So is what they ended up with were 48 sheets measuring 8.5 by 5.5, so a card base. But they each got 12 pieces of each color, so they had card bases to go with their kits. So anyway, here's what we need. We'll get started with our project. Enough chit chat. The things that you'll need a 1/2 inch by 4 inch piece of Whisper White. You'll need an 8.5 by 5.5 inch card base, and that's scored at 4 1/4. You'll need a piece of coordinating cardstock measuring 1 inch by 4 inch. And then you'll need 2 pieces of cardstock. I chose Whisper White. This is going to be for stamping our own DSP, and then of course the insert for the dark card base so that you can do your sentiment and sign your card. And then the other thing too is just don't forget your envelope. So I'm going to take one of the 4 by 5 1/4 inch Whisper White pieces. I'm going to use and unfortunately this sold out, but it is the Delicata, the copper metallic ink. I'm going to be using Shaded Spruce. Now remember, these are the stamp spots, the Stampin' Spots that came in your kit. So the only thing I've really added here is the metallic copper. And then of course Poppy Parade. So I started with the holly and just kind of randomly stamped, which I found out from one of my whoops, sorry about the noise there. I found out from one of my co-workers that random is really hard for some people. And with this one, I am really serious. You don't have to think long and hard about the placement, because you're going to fill in with your snowflake and your cardinal. So really, if you just turn either your paper or your stamps as you're stamping, you're going to be in good shape. I am using the piercing pad because of the photopolymer stamps. You get a lot better transfer of ink using that pad below. So next I'm going to take the snowflakes, which those came from this month's Paper Pumpkin, and they are so pretty and so delicate. So all I'm going to do is just go around, add little snowflakes here and there. And really, like I said, you don't have to think long and hard about placement. I was kind of getting a chuckle yesterday watching Linda just try to be so precise, and it was like, oh, no need. Okay, so there's our snowflakes. Now we're going to bring in our little cardinal, and using the Poppy Parade, I'm just going to add a few cardinals here and there. You guys, I feel like that painting guy from the 70s, the way I get so like mesmerized when I'm stamping. It's kind of funny. Okay, I think that's enough for my background. Now, the metallic ink takes a while to dry, so I'm just going to set this aside for a few minutes. I'm going to bring in our insert. This is where we're going to put our sentiment for the inside of the card. And the sentiment I chose was from last month's Paper Pumpkin, the Wishing You a Merry Christmas and a Very Happy New Year. And I'm going to ink that up using the Shaded Spruce. Isn't it pretty? And then I'm going to give it just a couple little metallic snowflakes, high and low. And to carry our theme through, a little cardinal. So there's our sentiment and the insert for the inside of the card. The only thing we have left to stamp is our little 1/2 inch by 4 inch piece of Whisper White. And using I chose Season's Greetings. You can use Winter Wishes, whatever you would like. I inked that up with the Poppy Parade, stamped it in the, close to the middle. Doesn't have to be exact. So we have this piece. Then I'm going to bring in our 1 inch by 4 inch piece of the Shaded Spruce, and using the snail, I'm going to add, oops, I have a little gold thread that I picked up from somewhere on my snail, and I'm going to add that to just the middle of my piece here. And I can see I wasn't exact, but we can fix that. So I'm going to bring my card base in, and I have that scored. I used the new trimmer to score it. The new trimmer is amazing if you haven't had a chance to see it in action. All right, so our card base. This still might be a little bit wet, so I'm going to handle with care. Snail. I'm going to add it to the front of our card, just making sure that our borders are even. And then I'm going to add some snail to our little banner greeting here for the front. And this time, I think I'm going to choose to put it at the bottom third of the card rather than this one I had up at the top. And our sentiment sheet, we'll put that in using snail. I like to run it just at the, oh, you guys, let me just grab a different one. I think that one just ran out. Here we go. Okay. I added that to the inside of my card. The shaded spruce is so pretty. So there's that. Then you see I have this little bow, and that is the shaded spruce gold ribbon. And as all I take is just the end of my spool. This ribbon is so easy to tie pretty bows with. Just kind of adjust the size of my bow. I don't want it real big because I do mail cards, so I want it to be fairly flat. So then all I'm going to do is just trim my ends a touch. And using a glue dot, actually I'll put 2 just for safe measure. And there you have it, your card. And then of course I have to always decorate my envelope, so I just did a little metallic snowflake on the outside there for my envelopes. And I hope you like my project. It's quick, it's easy, and you have another use for all of your stamps that have come to you in Paper Pumpkin the last 2 months. If you are not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I would love to have you join me. I do have several perks for being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber at createwithbrenda.com. Have a great day, and I hope the holidays are finding you happy and healthy. Bye now.